everybody, welcome back to Heart Breathings. I am so excited that it is finally time for our first HB Notebook Challenge of the year. 2020, you guys, I cannot believe it. Well, if you are not familiar with the HB Notebook Challenge, if you're new to my channel or new to this type of video, we have every single month a notebook challenge that inspires and hopefully motivates you to pick up some of those gorgeous notebooks that you've been hoarding, or to run to your favorite store and buy a notebook. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It could just be something that is one of those spiral notebooks that you can jot your thoughts down, or it could be a notebook that you picked up a long time ago that's been sitting on your shelf because you're just too scared to write in it, afraid that you're going to mess it up. Whatever it is, grab a notebook for this month and start using it. You can use it in any way that you want. You can make lists, you can begin writing stories again, you can journal, you can talk through your story ideas, whatever it is. I do actually have a video that I made all the way back in 2018 that lets you know a bunch of ideas of how you can use your notebook. So I will link that for you down below. But basically, this HB Notebook Challenge is a challenge we have every single month to pick up those notebooks and start using them. And something that I do here on this channel is I always give away a notebook every single month. Sometimes it's an international giveaway. Sometimes it's only local here to the United States to save on shipping. But I do try to do several international giveaways throughout the year. And last year I sent some to England, to Greece, and to Italy. So hopefully a few of you who are international will win a few notebooks this year, as well as some people here locally to the United States. Sorry for if I look kind of washed out. It's dark outside, as you can see from the window, and I don't have great lighting in here, so I'm trying to manage my lighting. But anyway, we're going to get down to a top-down view as I show you this stack of notebooks that I'm going to be using in the month of January. I have one specific notebook that I'm going to be following through on and like really focusing on, but I also have some other things that I'm going to show you how I'm using. If you would like to, you can tag me over on Instagram at Heart Breathings Blog with the hashtag HB Notebook Challenge so that I can see what notebooks you're using. We're a little bit late getting started this year because I did take a little bit of time off, much needed time off, but now we are ready to hit the ground running with this first HB Notebook Challenge. I am also adding something new to the HB Notebook Challenge this year, which is the challenge to use some of your favorite pens. So I'm going to show you which pen I'm going to try to really use a lot of this month. And if you guys would like to see a my pen collection video like I did a few years ago with my notebook collection, let me know, because I do have a ridiculous amount of pens and I have a lot of opinions on which pens are the best. So if you'd like to see that coming up sometime in the future, let me know. All right, without any further talk, let's get down to what notebooks I'm going to be using in the month of January. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys the notebooks that I'm using this month, including this gorgeous Chic Sparrow. So I showed this in my 2020 planner lineup. So if you haven't watched that, you're going to see some of those planners that I'm going to use right now that I showed in that video. But basically, I bought a brand new Chic Sparrow. If you're not familiar with Chic Sparrow, it's a company that makes leather traveler notebooks. And the woman that runs the store is called Jennifer, and she hand makes these, or she has a team that hand makes them and dyes the leather and everything. And they're just like super great quality. And over Black Friday, she ran a deal on a lot of her planners for 30% off. And then actually afterward did a 50% off sale, which I was sad that I had already ordered it and missed the 50% off, but it's still worth it. So this is the Outlander leather in Prince, which is a gorgeous purple. This is very much like my branding colors for Sarra Cannon and my author website and everything. Then I have this gorgeous charm here from Dragonfly and Acorn. I've talked about them before. She does amazing charms. This one has a little book that says Once Upon a Time with a pen nib, and she has lots of different colors. And I'm actually going to have a giveaway coming up with one of her charms. But if you want to get 10% off her charms, there is a code for you down below along with the link to her Etsy store. So this is kind of I tend to use my traveler's notebooks for more of a spiritual journey. So I am definitely going to be using this again as more of my spiritual journey notebook for the month. So I actually made these dashboards well over a year ago, and all you have to do to make dashboards like this is you basically go in and cut up any kind of scrapbook paper, and then for A5 size, you can't usually make two of them, like you need two sides of it. You can't usually make it all fit on one. So I'm actually going to pull this one out and I'll show you. So what I do, is I actually take about the size of an A5 notebook and then make it just a little bit taller and a little bit wider. And then I make two of them, and then I use clear packing tape to tape them together so that make like a little booklet. Then what you can do is in a traveler's notebook, you just take the elastic and you put, I'm going to make my little stickies fall off. You just put it through here. So now you've got kind of like a little cover for your book or a dashboard for your book. And I like to put little sticky notes and other things like that that I know I'm going to use into this. So this first notebook, actually, I'm going to take out. It is not used all the way, but it was used about halfway, and then I pulled the pages out. So I might come back to use this one later. But what I am going to do is I am going to stick one of these brand new notebooks in there. Now these were a very, very sweet gift from Taylor, and she is one of my subscribers, and she sent me a surprise package that had tons of cool stuff in it. And one of the things that she included was not only a little bag to hold my tarot cards, but also she included 5 gorgeous handmade notebooks. So she has lots of different things. So this is like a premium lined one, a sketchbook, one that's made with Tomoe River paper, dot grid, and premium dot grid, which has like different types of paper. Now, most of these I believe are half letter size instead of true A5, but this one is true A5. So I think what I'm going to do is use this Tomoe River paper one. She sells these in her shop, which is Taylor J Art and More. So I'm going to link to her shop down below. Thank you. If you're watching this, Taylor, thank you so much for that amazing package. I loved everything that you put in there, and it was super, super sweet. So thank you so much for thinking of me. It really, really meant a lot. So let's put this one in here. And I love this roses pattern. Roses are so important to my series. So this was very sweet that she even knew that and remembered that. So very cool. So I'm going to put that one in here. Then in the second one, I have these very cute Hello Kitty notebooks that I got from World Market, and they actually have Hello Kitty on the inside. Now, I love any kind of Hello Kitty notebook, but it makes me triple happy when you actually open a notebook and it has the characters on the pages on the inside, so you get to enjoy it every time you open it. So that's the second notebook in my traveler's notebook. Then there's another Hello Kitty notebook here in the third spot, and then the final spot is just a black dot grid notebook that I got from Amazon. And then I used the like Sakura Jelly Roll Midnight pens, I think they're called, or Moonlight pens, to just write a life beyond my wildest dreams. And then I used a little simply gilded bow here. And then I used a Uniball Signo gold pen to write out some of my favorite kind of quotes that I want to remember. But this is just basically a plain notebook that doesn't have any kind of dot grid or anything like that on it. So let me tell you real quick how I'm going to use these 4 notebooks. So for the month of January, I have joined Gabby Bernstein's Manifestation Challenge. This is a 21-day challenge that she's running through her Facebook group. And I think it was like $27 to join. So not that expensive, but something that I wanted to kind of treat myself with, because I really want to focus on manifesting a new house for next year. Now, I know some of you know we just moved into this house recently, but we're still just renting in Charleston because we own a house in Columbia, South Carolina. And we're going to be selling that house. We just found out that our renters are leaving in May. So we're going to be selling that house this summer. So I'm working on not only manifesting a new, beautiful house here in Charleston, but also just manifesting health and wealth for my family, manifesting great results for everybody that works with me, and that sort of thing. So manifestation and my spiritual journey is very important to me, and I'm focusing on that a lot right here at the beginning of the year. So long story short, this first notebook, which is this beautiful gift from Taylor, is a Tomoe River paper, just blank notebook. Now this one I'm going to be using to take notes on the manifestation challenge. So there are like daily mantras and meditation and that sort of thing. So in this notebook, I am going to write out the daily mantras. Now, I should have started it on the 1st of January because Gabby Bernstein started it on the 1st. I am starting it on the 6th because I just was a little bit behind, still in vacation mode. So I'm starting it on the 6th, and I will be writing in my daily thoughts that come through meditation and the daily mantras, and any notes from the meditation and the manifesting challenge will go in the first notebook. This second notebook is going to be my notes from Gabby Bernstein's book, Super Attractor. Now, I'm not going to fill up this entire notebook with notes from that book. So I'm actually going to keep this notebook in here for any other books that I read and the quotes and like main ideas that stand out. So I'm going to be reading a stack. Actually, I'm hoping my goal for this year is to read one nonfiction book every single month, and at least one, if not 2 or 3 fiction books every month. So I picked up a stack of 12 nonfiction books. If you guys ever want to see a list of those books or see a video on those books, let me know. They're kind of like, some of them are spiritual books, some of them are business books, some of them are writing books. So it's a little bit of a mix, but I've got those 12 books already picked out, and my book for January is Super Attractor from Gabby Bernstein because I figured it would go well with the Manifestation Challenge. So I'm going to be taking notes on those books that I'm reading in this notebook. I probably won't make it through all 12 books notes in here, but we'll just keep going until it fills up. So the third notebook is basically just this second Hello Kitty notebook, which is where I'll continue my writing about the books for the rest of the year. So hopefully between these 2 books, I'll get all 12 books of the year written down. I like to keep notes when I'm reading nonfiction books because there's always quotes that stand out to me. So both of these notebooks will be used hopefully throughout the year with those nonfiction books. Then this final notebook that I have in the back here, I'm going to kind of use like a vision board. So whenever I get an idea of things that I want, I am going to put it in here. So let's say an idea comes to me about the type of house that we want to have. Like, oh, I could really envision just a gorgeous view of the marsh, which is kind of my dream and probably not something that we can afford, but you never know, if you really focus on it, maybe it will come true. Just a house with this gorgeous view of the marsh. So maybe I would find a picture in a magazine or online that I could print out of the type of backyard that I want or the type of view I want, and then do some journaling in here about why I want it, how it would feel when I get it. And then on the next page, maybe it would be something like a set of pins that I've really been wanting to try, and I could put that in there. So it would be a mix of things that feel like really big dreams and some things that feel like smaller dreams. Like, for example, I've had over the course of the past 10 years, 5 different movie producers have contacted me about making my Shadow Demon Saga into either a movie series or a TV series. And one of the more recent contacts was really, really positive, and I really thought that maybe we're going to get something to happen, and then it just kind of fell through. So one of the things I would love to manifest and bring into my life would be a television deal for my Shadow Demon Saga, which is my main YA contemporary fantasy series. And so I would maybe do some journaling and maybe put my book covers in here. I've got the last 2 books of that series will be coming out in 2020. So just focusing on like how it would feel to have a movie deal. I mean, it seems crazy, like who would ever make a movie deal out of my books, but it happens to people. So why not me? So this will be like a life beyond my wildest dreams. So like a very big vision board and manifestation journal. So that is what I'm going to do with my Chic Sparrow this month. Now, one of the cool things that I have right now is my husband gave me for our 10-year anniversary in December a meditation space. And if you guys would like to see that, I can do like feature it in a vlog or something coming up. But this is a space in our room that we cleared out, and we bought a cabinet to have all my crystals and my tarot cards and meditation mat so that I can really focus on meditation. I've mentioned before that I've been struggling with postpartum anxiety pretty badly and some panic attacks. And I'm so happy to have my baby girl that it feels like this anxiety is sort of stealing some of that from me. It doesn't mean I'm not joyful. It doesn't mean I'm not happy, but it just means sometimes, especially in the evenings, I'm just having this extreme anxiety. And so I'm hoping that the meditation and the focus on, you know, what I want to bring into my life and being calm and peaceful will help with all of that. I also have a essential oils diffuser that I have right there in my meditation space. So we'll see how it goes. You guys know that I talk about this all the time, that writing is so much more than just like the business and how to sell books and how to market at books, because if you focus only on those things, you're often going to get very burned out and you're going to, you know, really lose your joy for writing. Trust me, I know this. I'm going to be talking about this more in a video coming up, but I focus so much of my time on, you know, I spent a lot of time working on craft when I was first starting out as a writer, and I still focus on craft, but I also spend an equal amount of time on my mindset and filling the well and making sure that I am mentally healthy so that I can continue to write in a joyful way. So this is my Chic Sparrow. This is my main sort of notebook for the month and how I'm going to be using those. Briefly, I'm just going to show you some of the other things. So I featured this in my 2020 planner video, so I won't go into it too much, but this is a Hobonichi Cousin, which is the A5 size of Hobonichi Cousin. And I happened to get this amazing Hello Kitty cover, which was the 2016 cover that they didn't even sell here in the United States. I managed to find it on Etsy, and I'm so excited. I haven't set up this front part yet because I just haven't had time, but I have already been using this. So I want to make kind of a, every month at the beginning of the month, there's a little page for it. And I want to make a sort of a journal about what I want this month to be about. Plus I had my tarot life coach, Tanya Gonzalez, did and does every year for me a tarot reading for the year where she draws a card for every month. So I want to print out a picture of the card for the month and what she said that means in my life and what it's, you know, how it speaks to me. I didn't get a chance to write on the first, so I missed that opportunity. So I'll just make a 2-page spread of that, but I have been keeping up with it otherwise, the second, third, and the fourth so far. So I'm recording this on the 5th, and I've been just filling this out every evening. I also have been making note in the weekly spread of the card that I drew for the day and kind of like song lyrics or anything that kind of spoke to me for the day or any type of synchronization and that sort of thing. And then I've also been marking down my card of the day over here. I don't know if this is what I'll continue to use the weekly spread for, or if I just won't use the weekly spread at all, because I'm mostly more interested in these dailies. But for the year of 2020, this Hobonichi is going to be more of my like daily journal. And so instead of using a notebook for this every month, I will just be using this for the entirety of the year. I have seen, however, already just in the last few days that sometimes I need more space than this and I want to journal more pages than just one. So I might end up needing another type of like bigger journal for just the days when I have more to say. But so far I'm keeping up with that. I just did a walkthrough of this, which is my 2020 goals planner. So if you want to see that, that is up on my channel, and I will link to it for you down below. But this is a Happy Planner cover, not deluxe cover, but one of their Happy Planner hardcovers. And I put the gold metal discs on it and then just printed out my HB90 Method goals planner. So I'm going to be using this as my goal planner for the rest of the year. So that's kind of another notebook / planner that I'll be using. You guys have seen this before because I had it for last year, but this is a Webster's Pages composition style notebook cover. And then I've got a May Designs notebook in here that has my Shadow Demon Saga. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to get to this in January again because I'm still working on my Eternal Sorrows series, but fingers crossed, I will finish the final book in my Eternal Sorrows series and get back to my Shadow Demon Saga, and I will at that point begin making notes about what's going in book 11 of my Shadow Demon Saga here. So hopefully when I talk to you guys about my February notebook challenge, there will be some notes in here about the next book in the series. So that's another one. I also have my plotting notebook. Now I have a more detailed sort of walkthrough of this on my channel in a couple of different places, like how I outline my novels and that sort of thing. But this, over the course of 2019, kind of became a big mess. So I want to completely pull everything out of here because I've got like some social media stuff in here. I've got notes from books that are already finished. So I am making it a goal of mine to, or a project, I guess, of mine over the course of this next week to empty out this notebook and restart it. So I'll be putting all of my Fate's Surrender notes in here, which is the current book that I'm working on. I also have a short story due on January 15th. So I need to make notes about that and finish up that story. It's not a long story, but I need to get it done. And then I also want to set up the other books that I'm writing throughout this year. I also am hoping to have a video on what books I'm hoping to write this year and how I'm setting my writing goals. But I've got a lot of videos and a lot of ideas coming up, so we'll see kind of when that is available. But this is a Happy Planner Deluxe cover that I've taken an old Happy Planner that was out of date and kind of turned it into a hodgepodge of things. And that's one of the things I love about these ring planners, the disc planners I mean, is that if you have the hole punch, you can pretty much create and customize these to be anything you want them to be. But I need to reset it. So hopefully when you guys see this next month, it'll be reset. But I keep a lot of my notes about my stories in this plotting notebook. So I'm hoping to use that quite a bit this upcoming month. Just another teeny tiny notebook that I actually started working on over the holidays is this little one from Emily Lay. It's just a tiny little notebook. It doesn't even have that many pages in it. And I've had it for a while because I got it when I had bought a simplified planner a while back. And I finally pulled it out and decided to make it a list of my printable stickers. I have a Cricut, which I've talked about on this channel before. If you're going to buy a cutting machine for stickers, I would highly recommend getting the Silhouette instead of the Cricut, because when you buy files off of Etsy, if you're planning to buy sticker files and then print them at home, most of the Etsy shop owners make them for the Silhouette, not for the Cricut. So just to let you know, I already had a Cricut before I started printing my own stickers, so I wasn't going to buy something new, at least not yet. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I have a ton of sticker kits that I have bought on Etsy. And so I wanted to kind of start making notes about them. So here's all the like sets and things that I have that are icons, glam essential icons, fashion icons, a store called Plan So Cute. I have some things from there. Erin Condren, like monthly kits. I have Hobonichi Weeks kits and that sort of thing. So I started making notes about those and trying to keep them separate in terms of what I have so that I can see if I've printed them, if I've gotten them Cricut ready and that sort of thing. So this is just another kind of bonus notebook. But what's fun about this is it actually matches my pen for the month, which I will grab and show you in just a minute because I left it on my desk. But all right, final notebook that I'm going to be using is this 2020. Again, kind of another traveler's notebook, though. This Chic Sparrow one will go beside my bed, like in that meditation space, whereas this one is going actually on my kitchen counter because it's got certain things that I'm going to be using in that way. So this is Erin Condren's version of a traveler's notebook, but you can see from here, it's not exactly A5 size. It's pretty close, but it's a little bit shorter and a little bit less wide. So it'd be hard to fit like an A5 notebook in here, but they have a ton of what they call petite planners that fit in here specifically for their system, and you can fit 4 in a book. These don't come with these pockets. I actually bought these pockets from Erin Condren to be able to put stickers in. The notebooks that I'm going to be using in here is a wellness log where I can track breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as how much water, steps, and sleep that I'm doing, as well as my activity. My husband George and I are going to be starting yoga to help hopefully combat some of that anxiety, and he's going to be doing it with me. Plus, we're going to hope to be taking a walk several times a day and getting out to the beach, at least once a week if the weather's nice. And then I am starting back on bright line eating. I've talked about this before on my channel, so you can go searching for that video on bright line eating. But I lost almost 60 pounds doing bright line eating back in 2018 and early 2019. And now, since I've had my baby, I have about 30 pounds to lose again. So I'm anxious to get back on that. So I'm starting bright line eating tomorrow, and I'll be tracking what I ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I don't actually usually snack on bright line eating. You're not supposed to, but since I'm breastfeeding, I will be eating a little bit extra because the lady that told me about bright line eating said, or the woman that developed bright line eating said that you should eat a little bit more when you're breastfeeding. So I'm going to keep track of that in this, which is their wellness planner. The next one is a gratitude journal that you guys have seen before. I try to fill out a little bit of this every night, but now since this is going to be in my kitchen, I'm going to start doing this like when I start dinner or when I start breakfast in the mornings. So that's this one. It's just a gratitude journal. This next one is a dot grid journal, and I am actually going to use this for doodling. So if I'm like, getting things ready, like I'm about to go make some hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. So while that's cooking, I'm going to start doodling because I really have wanted to get better at like drawing cute little coffee cups or little kawaii cute things. And I don't doodle or do enough stuff that's for fun instead of for business. So this is going to be sort of my little doodling for fun notebook. And we'll see if I actually actually do it. Now this final one is a baby tracker, and I had meant to use this for any kind of doctor checkups when we changed her diapers and when we feed her and stuff like that, and it just hasn't been practical. So I'm probably going to take this one out because I just don't have this with me all the time. I think this is the kind of thing that's better to track on my phone, but it was so cute, and so I grabbed it, but I just don't know that I'm going to use it. If I don't end up using it, I'll probably give it away to someone else that wants it, but I might switch this out for a different one. But this is another kind of notebook that I'll use perpetually, but this particular cover that says 2020 came in the Erin Condren winter seasonal surprise box. And my good friend Yasmin Gelnorn, who is a USA Today and New York Times bestselling author of urban fantasy. She's amazing. I love her so much, and she lives actually all the way across the country from me. So we haven't ever actually met in person, but I just admire her so much and love her so much. Well, she got the Erin Condren surprise box, but she doesn't like this style of planner, and she was so incredibly sweet and sent it to me so that I could give it away here on the channel. So if you know Yasmin, tell her thank you for donating this to the channel. And in her honor, I made a donation to a local no-kill pet shelter. So let's talk about this giveaway. It's the same notebook that you basically just saw. You can't get this anywhere else, so I'm excited to give this away. And then it's going to come with 4 different notebooks for you inside. One is just this woven wonder design, and it's just 80 lined pages. Then the weekly intentions and goals planner that came with the seasonal surprise box. This is for sale in their store, but it's basically a way to set habits, reflect on what worked, set your intentions and your focus for the month and that sort of thing. And then it's got weekly check-ins of how you're doing with your goals and your habits. So that's a cool one. And it comes with some stickers in the back. Then another one is this one that's Happiness Blooms from Within. And I actually wrote my name on the front of it, but then decided that I don't want to use this self-care journal. So I'm going to wipe this out. I hope you don't mind that it's kind of partially used. This is literally the only part that I used. So I'll probably just wipe this out and maybe put a pretty piece of washi tape here for you to write your name in. But I basically realized that some of this stuff, like the sleep log and that sort of thing, is a little bit redundant to the gratitude journal and the wellness journal. So I'm probably not going to use this one. So I'm going to give it away instead. So this is a self-care journal. You can kind of see it has like today's positive thought, tracking your mood and your self-care and that sort of thing. So that is all in here. And then at the end, there's a habit tracker for each week and then a reflection of the week. And then it just repeats. Again, there are some stickers in the back and I'm giving that one away. And then finally, just a plain dot grid. So you've got a lined, a dot grid, a wellness journal, and a self-care journal that will all go in this giveaway. This giveaway is going to be open internationally, and stay tuned to the end for details on how to win. All you have to do is comment down below. Okay, before we go and wrap all of this up, I did walk over there and grab this pin because something that I think is really fun and could be a cool addition to our monthly notebook challenge is adding a pin challenge to it. Because I don't know about you, but I have a ton of pins lying around everywhere. I mean, just tons and tons of pins, like for days, that I love, but then I don't use them because I have so many. So I have, you know, I do try to switch them out, but sometimes I get stuck of like, oh, I'm using this pin, or I forget I have something. And so my goal for this year is to pick out one of my pins that I love and I really want to use so I can really enjoy it and just enjoy the experience of writing with it and using it. And if you don't have a lot of pens like I do, then maybe you could treat yourself to a brand new pen to use for the pen challenge. Now, I don't know which pen I'm going to be giving away, but I am going to grab either a pen or a pack of pens to give away. So it'll just be a surprise when you win, and it will go to the same winner that wins the notebook. I will send you a pen. It won't be this one, but it'll be something that I happen to find for you that I think you'll like, or it could be a pack of pens. So the winner each month will get a notebook and a pen or a pack of pens with your surprise. Now see how this is Emily Lay and then this gold dot matches it. I just bought this gold dot pen for their Black Friday sale. It was the only thing I bought this year from Emily Lay, but I had wanted it for a long time. So it comes with, I believe, either a ballpoint pen or a gel pen, but I am using the Pilot Precise V5 retractable refill in this pen. So all you have to do is just unscrew it and put in that refill. And this is actually a tip I got from Emily Lay herself on a Facebook Q&A, where she said she loves to use the pins with this refill. So I got the refills on Amazon, and I have her Happy Stripe pin as well. And there's just something about the weight of this pin that I really, really love. And I love writing with it. And I've used the Happy Stripe pen for a couple of years now. And so I had to grab the gold dot pen. So this is the pen that I will be focusing on this month. Like I said earlier, if you guys are interested in seeing an actual like my pen collection video where I can go through all of these pens and types of pens and what I like about them, the ones that I don't like, what type of paper I like writing on with them, and that sort of thing, let me know and I will try to put that together. That it will probably be an epic undertaking with the number of pens that I have. But this is my pen for the month, is the Emily Lay gold dot pen. And if you end up getting this, I will link to it down below. If you end up getting this, I highly recommend going on Amazon and getting the Pilot Precise V5 refills to put in here. If you like really, really fine point pens, that's exactly what this is. And I super love really, really fine point, like very fine. And that's exactly what you can put into this pen. So, all right, guys, that is it for our notebook challenge. Okay, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for watching this HB notebook challenge, and mostly thank you so much for participating. This was really something that was a big surprise for me that so many people really enjoyed last year, and I am excited to keep it going in 2020 because I find that as much as we tend to write digitally and we're typing all the time, there's just something about that experience of putting pen to paper and really getting our thoughts down on the page. And I found so many times that when I get stuck as a writer, if I will just sit down and work through my thoughts on paper with a pen, maybe some headphones and some music playing, and get offline, get off social media, and just really focus, that my creativity just really ramps up and it can get me past a lot of stuck points. Plus, journaling and really thinking about the things that are going on in my life and how I'm working through them and what my goals are has been a huge help, and one of the main reasons that I've been as successful as I have in my life so far. And so I am so excited that so many of you are in the notebook challenge with me. Be sure, like I said, to tag me over on Instagram in your photos of your notebook that you'll be using, or any notebooks that you filled up in 2019. My handle over on Instagram, I'd love to have you follow me, is @HeartBreathingsBlog, and you can use the hashtag HB Notebook Challenge, and I will try to get over there and come see all of your beautiful photos. If you would like to win this Erin Condren folio that, like I said, can't be, isn't even sold in their stores, then you can just comment down below. This giveaway, again, is international, so I wanted to make sure that the very first one of the year was an international giveaway so that all of you could enter. And of course, it comes preloaded with 4 beautiful notebooks. So I would love to have you enter this giveaway. Comment down below. I will leave this giveaway open until Friday, January 10th around noon, at which point I will comment on your comment down below, and I will put your name in the description box as well. I think I'll also go ahead and put the winner's name in the community tab so that hopefully all of our winners can claim their notebooks this year. So, all right, guys, that's all I have for you. I hope that you are subscribed, to make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified whenever new videos come up from me. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up this year, and I would love for you to be a part of our community. I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.